All right, welcome back. Taiwan extending its mandatory military service as China continues to intimidate them. Starting in 2024, citizens of this small island nation must serve for a full year. The current policy is just 4 months after China conducted one of its biggest incursions into the Taiwan sea and air space this weekend. Here's video showing live fire strike exercises, combat readiness, security patrols, which sent dozens of aircrafts into the Taiwanese air identification zone. It was a simulation attack on Taiwan by China. They sent 71 planes and 7 warships toward Taiwan in a 24-hour display of force, the Chinese stating it's a resolute response to current U.S.-Taiwan escalation and provocation. And KT McFarland joins us now. You know, we've already got a big pickle in Ukraine. Do you think this happens in Taiwan? This is a pretty big escalation here.
Yeah, and what China's doing is called the salami tactics. So every time, every couple of days, they do just a little more than they did last time, a little more. Mm-hmm. And the West doesn't really respond, or it responds in kind of a feeble way. And China is now, as you point out, the way they're having the overflights, they're demonstrating to Taiwan and to the world that they could blockade Taiwan, that they could, anytime they feel like it, blockade Taiwan. The American military, meanwhile, the American Navy, we don't have the ability to defend Taiwan on our own. Now, all the simulations, the war games that the Pentagon has run show that a U.S.-China, knocked together over Taiwan, the U.S. doesn't lose that fight. And China knows that. Yeah. So that's why China is being more and more aggressive. My worry, though, Rob, and here's the thing, China is in for a little bit of a rocky period now because of their economic slowdown, because of their zero COVID policies, because of their lockdowns. And how much is the president of China going to use this opportunity to maybe create a crisis abroad to get attention focused not on his own domestic problems, but on Taiwan. And that's why I think that it's great that Taiwan is drafting all of its men, but it's kind of a little late. We're going to have a crisis within the year, not 3 years from now.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I want to ask real quick, just to break off with TikTok for a second. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of, there's a lot of pressure now, it seems, on the Biden administration. There are reports of saying that he's kind of in a tough spot here with TikTok. Why is it so tough? I mean, obviously, it would probably be very complicated to ban something like that in the United States.
Yeah, I mean, we should have done it 2 years ago in the Trump administration. That's what we were trying to do, or get TikTok sold, just instead of being owned by the Chinese government, the Chinese Communist Party, sell it to an American buyer would be less threatening for us. The longer the Biden administration drags its heels, the harder it's going to be to do it. I mean, they can ban TikTok on government devices, but how do you ban it on a device of a 13-year-old? That's where it gets really complicated. Okay. And that's where the Chinese are focused. Their propaganda warfare is on kids, is on teenagers, and they're doing it through TikTok.
Yeah, it's terrible. The stuff that your kids are consuming on that app is just such an absolute waste, mind-melting garbage. It's the last thing that they need with all the social media that's out there. I have one more that I wanted to just throw at you because I wanted to get your thoughts on this because it's just an astonishing story. This Russian sausage magnate, Pavel Antov, dies in an Indian hotel fall. He falls out a window, so they say. He was critical of Putin's war on the Ukraine, and it's astonishing to me how they can just drop people anywhere. The power that they have to do that. Obviously he didn't fall out.
And he's not, he's in a long line of people who have mysteriously fallen out of windows, fallen down escalators, had mysterious heart attacks in places when they shouldn't have. And so what's this? Well, Putin is getting rid of all the people who are opposing him, which shows me that Putin's probably in more trouble than we think he is. But he's also willing to be really ruthless to crack down on any opposition. So that if there is the people who are hoping there's going to be some coup to replace Putin, be careful what you ask for, because the guy who replaces Putin is going to be worse than Putin.
That's very interesting. That is very interesting. KT McFarland with the best Christmas decorations in town. Good to see you again. Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, Rob.
Merry Christmas.